Her fingers trembled as the expensive fabric tore through the maid's uniform, leaving her exposed not just in clothes, but in dignity. The crowded room froze. The mother of a billionaire had struck her with humiliation, certain no one would dare speak. But when her son, the billionaire himself, stepped forward, the silence shattered in a way no one expected. The fabric ripped in one cruel motion, the echo of tearing cloth carrying across the grand hall. Gasps filled the air, but no one moved. The billionaire's mother stood tall, her jeweled hand clutching the torn piece of fabric she had yanked from the maid's uniform. The maid stood frozen, her dark eyes wide, her breathing shallow. Every gaze in the glittering party fell upon her, not in defense, but in silence. She had endured silence before. Silence when neighbors whispered behind closed doors. Silence when her sacrifices went unnoticed. Silence when the uniform she wore became her armor, hiding her past as a soldier who had once walked battlefields, not polished marble floors. The maid's name was Grace, and though no one here knew it, she carried within her the memories of comrades who never returned, of nights spent under cold skies with nothing but discipline to shield her heart. The weight of loss still pressed against her chest like an invisible medal no one could see. Now she stood in a mansion lit with golden chandeliers, holding the shredded edges of her uniform, her dignity hanging by a thread. The mother's voice, sharp as glass, sliced through the silence. People like you should remember their place. Grace did not answer. Her silence was her weapon. Her silence was her shield. Inside her, memories stirred of muddy boots, the cries of brothers and sisters in arms, the unshakable vow she had made, to never break under cruelty, no matter the battlefield. Even here, among gowns and diamonds, she was still on a battlefield. The crowd shifted uneasily. They saw the injustice, but their eyes darted away. No one dared challenge the mother of wealth and power. Grace remained motionless, her spine straight, her eyes forward. And then, footsteps, heavy, deliberate, echoing across marble. The billionaire, her employer, and the son of the woman who had humiliated her stepped into the circle of silence. His gaze did not fall on the torn uniform. It fell on Grace, steady, unflinching, unbroken. For a moment, the hall held its breath. He reached for his mother's hand. The jeweled fingers still clutched the torn cloth, but he gently pried it away. "Mother," he said, his voice carrying not anger, but a quiet weight. "The one you insult stands taller in honor than any of us in this room. She is more than this uniform. She is a soldier. She is a protector. And today, she is my family." The crowd erupted in murmurs. Grace's eyes lowered, not in shame, but in quiet disbelief. The mother's face flushed, the arrogance draining away as her son's words rang out. Respect is not measured in wealth. It is measured in sacrifice. And those who sacrifice the most often speak the least. The silence that followed was different now, not complicit, reverent. Somewhere in the crowd, hands began to clap, one, then another, until the hall was filled with applause, not for the billionaire, not for his mother, but for Grace. She stood still, her torn uniform no longer a mark of humiliation, but a symbol of resilience. Grace whispered only to herself, words carried from the battlefield to this moment. Dignity cannot be torn. The billionaire turned, his final words cutting through the hall like sunlight breaking storm clouds. Wealth fades, power shifts, but honor endures. The mother lowered her head. For the first time she was silent. And Grace, though she said nothing, felt the room bow, not with words, but with respect. The night ended not with glittering laughter or clinking glasses, but with a truth carved into every heart present. Dignity, once tested, shines brighter than gold. Respect is not given by wealth, nor taken by cruelty. It is born of sacrifice, silent strength, and unshakable honor. Grace's silence was not weakness, it was her victory. Where are you watching this from today? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story moved you, subscribe for more tales that honor the quiet heroes who walk among us.